Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it is officially November. It is officially the end of spooky season and that really weird in between Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So today I'm going to go over my November TBR. I haven't really done a TBR in a while. I know I did a spooky read TBR back in September, but I read my spooky reads through September and October. But because I finished 7 books in September and then another 7 books in October, sorry for this lighting, hold on. Because I finished 7 books in September and another 7 in October, I figured I could at least try another TBR and challenge myself a little bit more. I have already reached my goal of 30 books for the year. That's not really a huge deal to a lot of booktubers, but to me that is a huge deal because I have read 36 books. And my goal is 30, and I still have 2 months left of 2024. So I'm going to challenge myself a little bit, or at least try to if my battery holds up. So I'm going to try and make this quick and just kind of go through my TBR. For some reason this month I seem to have a lot of nonfiction on this TBR, and I think because I've just read so much horror and mystery and kind of smut in books, I really need a palate cleanser, and so I've got quite a few nonfiction reads on this TBR. Like, is nonfiction November a thing? Like, somebody let me know. The first one for November is a little bit more faith-based. I am a Christian. I've said that before on this channel. And my first book for November is Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I feel a little weird reading this when I haven't even read the Chronicles of Narnia. I know that's a crime, I get it. But I have had my eye on this book for years. I've had this copy for some time, and I've just never read it. It's been on my TBR for the past 2 years. So it's time to mark it off my TBR. But this is basically C.S. Lewis's Christianity 101, and sometimes it's okay to go back to the basics. And I really needed to read this, so I'm finally gonna read this this month. Just everything that's going on in the world, it's just, I need a good faith-based read. I've heard this book is so good, and I'm really looking forward to it. And his other nonfiction reads. So that is the first book. The second one is a little bit less known, I think. I got this as a gift after senior seminar in college. I went to a Christian college, and they handed this out at the end of senior seminar, and that is 7 Days That Divide the World by John C. Lennox. It's basically an argument, well, like the tagline is the beginning according to Genesis and science. It's kind of a discussion between Genesis and modern science, I think. I'm not quite sure where John C. Lennox lands on this, but it should be an interesting read. I unfortunately started this some time ago. I still have the bookmark in it, but it's relatively short. Most of it is appendices. So like it's like 5 chapters and then like a bunch of appendices. And I think I'm going to annotate this one and Mere Christianity, just to get a better reading experience and hopefully a better understanding experience as well. The next nonfiction book I want to read is one I just bought, and it's Voices of the Ocean by Susan Casey. It's just another book about dolphins, and I'm invested in sea creatures of really any type, so this should be fun for me. Plus, my favorite ocean mammal is an orca, which is technically the world's largest dolphin. So I do like dolphins in any case. So this is basically, from what I understand, this is Susan Casey's experience with the dolphin pods off the coast of Hawaii, and what she's learned about their vocals and stuff like that. I'm not explaining this well. I've had my eye on this for forever, and I'm just not explaining this well. Like, the pictures are amazing. They're not in color, but there is, like, it's a dolphin brain. They have massive brains. So I've had my eye on this one for a while, and it's a nonfiction biology read, and I'm excited for it. The next I have one more nonfiction, and I've mentioned this one before, but I need to finish it, basically. I need to read more into it, but it is so much information, and that is The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. I'm already starting on this. I'm on part 2. The problem is I need to actually start reading part 2. I'm not very far in, and that's my annotation so far. I may be overdoing this. I've never annotated before. So this should be an interesting experience for me. I'm also writing the margins. So I really need to get into this book just to understand what the brain is going through when it's dealing with trauma. Hopefully it'll help me understand my brain a little better. But I really need to finish this one. Now on to our fiction reads. I'm probably going more into literary fiction, except for, well, 2 of them are literary fiction, the other is YA, and kind of getting away from, romance and darker themes. The first one is the YA book, which might be interesting, saying I'm going away from darker themes, and that is Sally's Lament, which is What If Sally Discovered Christmastown. It is basically one of the books from A Twisted Tale. There's several of these out now, and this is the one that caught my attention. The ones I have are Tale as Old as Time, or is it As Old as Time? It's As Old as Time. Once Upon a Dream, I read that 2 years ago, and I also read Unbirthday. So I'm still missing quite a few. This is the 4th one I've owned, so it'll be the 4th one I read. And I just think this will be a really fun November read because it is that in between Halloween and Christmas, which I really think is actually not, probably the best time to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas or anything Nightmare Before Christmas related, because it technically takes place the day after Halloween and forward, to be fair. Still a good movie. But I do kind of want to see what this is about. I read Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, what was that, last year? And I wasn't impressed, so I'm hoping this one is a better experience for me. I kind of want to see what Sally finds in Christmastown. So that is this book. The next one is an impromptu. I found it at Costco, and that is The Story Collection by Evie Woods. I almost bought The Lost Bookshop today, but I don't see the point in owning 2 books by this author if I don't know how I'm going to like her yet. So I have The Lost Bookshop on Libby right now, and this is The Story Collector. It's by the same author, but if I like this, I might go back and get The Lost Bookshop if I don't read it with Libby already, because I have 3 books on Libby. But this one is basically in 2 perspectives. There's Anna, who 100 years ago is trying to help an American visitor write down Irish fairy tales and collect them, while in present day, Sarah Harper is on the way to Ireland. So we'll see kind of what happens in this one. This one just seemed fun, and it's just different from what I've been reading. So I'm looking forward to this one. And the last one is a big fat maybe, because this is already a rather large TBR for me. I'm not used to reading this many books in a month, so we'll see what happens here. And I finally want to get a hold of The Midnight Library. I've heard of this book. I've also heard it's overrated, so I don't know, but it sounds interesting to me. It's basically a bunch of scenarios where she makes different choices in her life and the consequences of those different choices. It kind of, on the blurb on the back, it says a beautiful fable and it's a wonderful life for the modern age. And considering It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite Christmas movies, I assume I'll like this, but I don't want to compare it too much to It's a Wonderful Life, because I don't know how much it actually corresponds. So I do want to read this one as well. and that went by very fast. So this is my TBR. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 7 of my books in this pile right now. Hopefully I can finish them in November. If I can't, they'll have to wait till the beginning of the year. But I'm hoping that they should go pretty fast, especially since these 2 books are rather short. So 2 of them are really short. Most of them are pretty good length, maybe 300 to 400 pages, except for like a couple of the nonfiction ones. So I'm hoping to get all of these read in November, and this is it for November. I'm gonna try and go no book buying in November. I've already broken it because I bought this one today, but no more book buying until maybe not until January 1st, because I don't know what I'm reading for Christmas yet. I have a couple of Debbie Macomber books that I've had for years and haven't read yet. She's more of a mass market romance author. Normally her books come with 2 to 3 novels in them. I used to be obsessed with her when I was obsessed with romance because there wasn't anything like smutty in it. And a couple of her books since I've gotten into a healthy relationship have kind of made me mad. So let me give you an example. So I've tried to read this one last year. This was Autumn Nights by Debbie Macomber. I only got 1 story in, and I normally don't annotate. But the main character ticked me off so bad. The main character just did something so mean, so bad, that I had to underline it and literally put, say, WTF Diane. It was so uncalled for. So we'll see about Christmas, but for right now, book buying ban until the beginning of the year. Starting with this one. I wish I'd had that going yesterday, because then I wouldn't have gone to Barnes & Noble today. So book buying banned for 2 months until after the beginning of the year. So if I'm reading a lot of Debbie Macomber this Christmas, y'all know why, because it's what I have for Christmas reads. That doesn't mean I can't check some out from the library. It's a book buying ban. So if I find something else, there's always Libby. And I am rambling now because I just went off about next month when I have 7 books right here I have in my TBR. I also have a couple that are on hold from Libby that are about 2 weeks out. And they are all Christmas reads because I'm still kind of in the Christmas mood already. I know it's not even, it's barely November, but I am already in the mood for some Christmas. So I'll kind of work those slowly in with the 7 I have over here. So I think that's actually gonna be it for today's video. Like, here is to November. I have 7 books, and hold on, let me put them all in a pile real quick because I messed up my pile. So here is my big honker for this month. I don't think I'm gonna get to all of them. I'm gonna be optimistic and I'm gonna try, but if I had to choose, my priority ones would be Sally's Lament, my 2 faith-based reads, and The Body Keeps the Score. Those are the ones I definitely want to read this month. So that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a safe November. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And so I hope you guys read. And the first one for this year is a little bit more oh my god. And the first year for my lord, I cannot talk today.